Across the ages, I've never done a top Vocaloid producer video, but here I put myself in the line of fire by deciding on the Vocaloid producer of the decade. This was extremely hard to choose because I chose producers that made waves throughout the entire community based on how many popular songs they released all together in the same year. It was one heck of a journey finding all of these, and we'll get into it. But first, I want to say that only some of you voted last time in the comments your choices for the producer of the decade, and you'll find out who at the end of the video, so stay tuned. However, now is my time to ask another question for my next video. What is your choice for the top Vocaloid song of the decade? It can be a hard choice to choose a song like that, but I've already got the script laid out for that video as well. I just need you to tell me so I can expand the reach into the community and give you all something to type into comments so I can look at it. Then while I just stroking my massive egotistical narcissism, and also to get my video up in the ranks and actually get in the new eyes and people subscribing and okay, narcissism over. But without wasting any more time, bring on the top Vocaloid producers / albums of the decade. 2010, Mothy with Evil's Forest and Evil's Kingdom. This one was absolutely a shock to me, not because of the choice I made, but by the rating on these albums. These albums together were both rated 4 stars, and all other of these lists are rated 5 stars. But I couldn't leave Mothy out of this list because you have to be honest with yourself. Songs on this list include the music that's part of the Evilius Chronicles, in which I know I've messed up in the past talking about it and made a buttload of people mad, but those powerful words from commenters and sometimes extremely toxic helped me decide that Mothy has made an effect on this community in such a way to create loyalty to his music. That's something not a lot of producers get. And with his stories, I want to redeem myself and read the writings and listen to the album fully and in order, like they're supposed to be consumed, just like cheesecake in a book. 2011, Wow Waka with Unhappy Refrain. In 2019, we lost Wow Waka to heart failure. I wanted to put him in the 2011 spot because of his album Unhappy Refrain that gave us just a crazy amount of songs that still stay with us to this day. Rolling Girl may have came out in 2010 but featured on this album in updated form. I feel it's still a good one since, this album has 21 songs on it, all updated and remixed with very notable differences to the original music, even giving us originals that it's hard to argue with your head for it to seek new tendency somewhere outside of your brain. Wow Waka will always be remembered for all of his music, and Unhappy Refrain has got to be his most famous album, hands down. 2012, Yuyo with Story of Hope. A long time ago, at around this time, I got into Vocaloid. This album, as well as others, helped me see the power amongst the pop. It gave me a sense of emotion that absolutely gave me chills. Story of Hope is by far an easy Hall of Fame release, and with those Vocaloid screams, you can't just say it's for everyone, because some people don't like that. But it's obvious that Yo-Yu-Pei had developed a style that can mix so perfectly with pop and metal to create a community that has come together to appreciate all he's created, even if they don't like it. With this style, he's gone on to help make songs for baby metal, and I kind of wish he'd come back to Vocaloid. Am I wrong in that assertion? 2013, Utsupi with Warufazake. Now, Warufazake just means horseplay, and with all the craziness that goes on in this album, you'll understand what I mean. I will say that this album comprises songs outside of this decade, and that's where the line I had drawn got erased. But over and over, I kept trying to search for a better album or producer, and I kept coming up blind. Utsu P is just a formidable name, because his music encapsulates a weird and strange combination of extremely melodic metal and combining with electronics and pop vocals to create this anti-milquetoast masterpiece that takes you away on a sea of burning hell. I have no. I'm just gonna leave that here. You don't have to listen to it. 2014. Circus and Crusher P, also known as Sir Crush, with Echo. Okay, now hear me out. This isn't an album, but when you get big producers in Japan to make a cover of your English song, you've got yourself the big boy shoes. Or big girl shoes, because Crusher is a lady and Circus is a gentleman, I think? I don't exactly know producers past their names and works, okay? And even then, I mess up. But either way, you cannot tell me that Echo hasn't made a staple in the English Vocaloid community. Possibly even expanding the English side of things tenfold by its release alone. I mean, it's just one song. But why was it get so popular is solely based on it being something people listen to and love to re-listen to. That's what music is all about, isn't it? 2015. Okame P with Lamento. This one is the cream of the crop, because this one is absolutely free, with 15 songs and only one a remix. It's tougher than a tempting piece of chocolate in a desert to look away from. It's just sitting there on a block for anyone and everyone to experience it, unable to be melted. Although, if chocolate was not melting in the desert, I would be very worried, unless it was at nighttime, because it gets really cold at nighttime, and that would be a perfect time to eat anything, especially with these songs, because they're very, very melodic and very, very emotional. Lamento is such an emotional piece with a lot of piano, rock, and sometimes metal songs hidden within. Over the entire year, this one was the highest rated, and who can blame them? It's a fantastic album, with so much more music for free than I'm willing to do. I hope Okame P isn't underestimating himself, because me, and a lot of other people, love his music. As well as, I don't know how many people, I don't know how many thousands, possibly hundreds of thousands, I don't know. 2016. Decodinia with Ghost. Ooh! This one was a tough one to crack, but Moretu and Deconinia, or Nini, Deconinia, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, okay? With their album releases of this year, was far too close to call for a definitive winner, but Deconinia won out simply because Coin Locker Baby was comprised of songs throughout a few years, and Ghost was all original songs in 2016. I actually had the pleasure of covering the press release on my website, vocaloiddemo.com. I really gotta review this album in all honesty, but with tons of pop-punk related sounds, and the whole album is on the whole entire different scale. This list of having his most famous songs such as Ghost Rule, not to mention it came with a pizza box design if you pre-ordered it, so it gets loads of points for that hilarity. Remember the Miku thing with Domino's? Where do you think that came from? Although, it didn't come with the pizza, which made me sad, so it kind of lost some points there. But the album was perfect. Don't get me wrong. 2017. Clean Tears by Reverberations 3? I said bye. Clean Tears with Reverberations 3 and Deep Reflection. This year was a bit dry on music releases, other than the awesome events of Miku's 10th birthday absolutely destroying my inbox with music, which made this choice somewhat extremely hard. But Kamaket won over me when Clean Tears released not one but 2 albums in that year. These songs are not exactly my style of music, even though I like some in the albums. I just can't seem to get into house and trance music without some spice to it. The spice is there, but sometimes it's not for me, like it's a different type of spice. But for everyone else I see a community of people proclaiming him to be a dubstep champion. And since I have no idea about dubstep and don't like it all that much, definitely, I don't like dubstep, but I like grind and metal, which is just completely odd and weird. But anyway, I will take their words for it and give the 17 title to Clean Tears. 2018! Kairiki Bear with Inai Inai Reboot. 2018 was a year I thought would have been filled with fantastic albums. But then I remembered everyone was worried about Vocaloid at the pre-stages of Vocaloid 5's release. The most I could find are 2 authors, Kairiki Bear and Neru. However, all of the songs on those albums released on this year were all made in 2017. But Kairiki Bear won over Neru specifically for having more songs released in this year, despite Neru having a more popular vote by only 10 points. I combined the VocaDB score plus the comment information of the album on the Vocaloid Wikia. Kairiki also won because even though Neru was more popular, the album Cynicism had only 4-star rating compared to the 5 stars of the Inai Inai Reboot. So you can see why this producer won, right? 2019! Yeah! Michi M with a virtual pop star, Miku Orchestra Live CD, and Seraphim in the Ring. Michi M, my man! You released so much last year, it's absolutely insane! Virtual pop star was one thing, with tons of awesome music. Then you managed to release the live CD of Miku Orchestra. Really? Something I absolutely adore because I just love the music. And then you make a song with Kryptonian Vocaloids that doesn't even use the Vocaloid engine. This one isn't obvious for me. Pretty definitive, if you ask Maui. Maui's over there, unplugged. And now, it is time for Artist of the Decade, but before that, I would like you to subscribe and hit the bell icon, and also remember to click the like so you can get notified of everything else I do this month as well. So, without further ado, I give the Artist of the Decade. I asked you this question in the last video on the top Vocaloids of 2019. If you haven't watched it, oh well, too late. But everyone commented, and one person said a producer that I didn't put on this list, and that would have to be a Giga P. Even though Giga came out with some absolute Vocaloid changing songs, Vocaloid industry changing songs, I could not, for the life of me, decide which song was the best since he's released some powerful hits across the decade. Plus, he doesn't really have an album that made waves because his individual songs made just as much waves as Echo did. Overall, Giga P deserves to be the author of the decade, artist of the decade, or producer of the decade, simply because his most powerful songs were only debuted in Exit Tunes compilations. And his most famous songs were through the years 2010 to 2015, and he's swinging back in the next video, but you'll have to see which one he'll be on. So don't forget that you guys gotta tell me which Vocaloid song of the decade is most popular among you. I'm going to get editing the video next, after I do this. So I'll leave you here with this list. Do you agree? Do you not agree? Doesn't matter because I can't change it now anyway. but I respect everyone's choice, and if you want more Vocaloid content, be sure to subscribe and click the like button and comment your favorite song of the decade, as well as hit the bell icon to get updated for the next video. I won't stop now, so I think you'll come back. I know you'll come back for some more, and never forget to catch it next time.